Hi everyone, it's Sue from SMB Jewelry Designs. Good afternoon. I just thought I'd take a few minutes here to demonstrate my tumbling that I do for the rocks and gems that I put into some of my jewelry. These are my self-tumbled, self-purchased rocks that I've used a hammer to break and then tumbled in my tumbler. So I'm using a National Geographic tumbler. This is the tumbling barrel. I just took the lid off of it and there's the solution sitting inside. This is a number 3 coarse grit. It comes with 4 grits altogether. The first 2 I've already done, so it's already been through 2 solutions. This is the 3rd one and the final stage before the rocks will go through the polishing grit. So I'm just going to dump these out into the sieve and let you see what they look like when they come out of the tumbler. Okay. So I've poured all the solution out into a tumbler, or into the basin here, excuse me. And now I'm just going to douse them with a little bit of water that I've got sitting over here in a separate container to get some of the grit off so that you can see what I'm looking at. Alright. I'm going to take this bin away. Sorry, I have the sniffles today. And dump some of these rocks out for you. Move some of this other stuff out of the way. Doesn't need to be there. Alright. So here you're looking at some of the final pieces that I've polished, or not polished, but put through the 3rd piece of grit, 3rd session of grit. They look all nice and shiny and pretty right now just because they're still wet. Once they begin to dry off, they won't look so shiny and polishy. So once I dry them off with a cloth, you can see that they kind of tone down and dry out a little bit, so they're not quite as glossy as they will be once they go through the polishing. This is a better example here with this ametrine. See, once that surface starts to get dry, how much duller it looks in comparison to when it's wet. It's a little bit shinier. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, so what we're looking at here is a piece of ametrine. This was just a rough piece that I got through an order I purchased off of Amazon through a supplier. This is a big piece of amethyst. The difference between the two of these is that this ametrine has a little tiny section of citrine, which is a yellow quartz, in combination with the purple amethyst, so they call it ametrine. This one is a true purple amethyst that you're probably used to seeing, and another piece of amethyst. This one's a slightly lighter color in comparison to the other one. And then we have other odds and ends in here. There's some green aventurine. This is called crocodile jasper. We have some tiger's eye in here. Some more amethyst. Here's some red jasper. And then we have various pieces of quartz and rose quartz. And I'm never sure exactly how to pronounce the name of this, but this is either girasol or girasol. Not sure you can really see that. But it's a little bit cloudier than regular clear quartz. Yep, so these are the rest of the rocks that I have. So the next step that I'm going to take is go through the polish. And when I go through the polish, I have to make sure that the rocks that are getting polished don't have little nooks and crannies like this one does here. Hopefully I can get it to focus. But see that little crater that's in here right here? If that holds on to the grit, then the grit can go into the polishing solution and it'll scratch the stones and they won't take a nice polish. So I will go through, rinse these all off really well. Make sure that there's not too many spots where the coarse grit can get stuck in there. Once I've got them all cleaned out really well, they'll go through the polishing solution, and then I should have some nice shiny rocks. This is a piece of labradorite. See that little flash of blue in there? The polishing will depend on how many times I need to put them through. I'll set it up for originally about 2 hours, or 2 days rather. And then once those 2 days are up, I'll check them, take them out, look at them, see if they're polished enough, and if not, then they'll go back through the polishing cycle for another couple of days. And I'll keep doing that until I get to the level of shine that I want on them. This one's already looking pretty good as it is, but it will need to go through the polishing to get that polish nice and bright. This is a little too large for any piece of jewelry, but I'll probably polish it just for my own rocks. And I wanted to show you a couple really quickly here of some that I've cut myself, or not even cut, but broken. This is a piece of raw apatite. Hopefully you can see that really pretty blue color on there. Apatite's a little bit softer than some of the other rocks, so if I put it in the tumbler I have to be really careful that it doesn't get too tiny on me. But it's such a pretty color. This is some raw amazonite. It's a really pretty sky blue color. Some gray and areas of black. And then this is a giant piece of raw fluorite. Some call it rainbow fluorite because it's got both the purple and the green in there. And then this is a piece of raw crystal quartz. It's not the crystal point, but it's a piece of clear crystal that I've broken off from the larger piece of crystal. You can see how transparent it is. You can see my finger behind it. Alright, so that's it for the rocks that I've put through the third grit. I'll put these back through the tumbler like I said, polish them all up real pretty, and then I'll show you guys what they look like after they come out of that final tumbling on the polish setting. If you have any questions, be sure to leave me a comment. I'll respond as quick as I can. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.